Sal Capaccio here at the 2018 NFL Combine with Bills head coach Sean McDermott. Coach, congratulations, first of all. 17-year playoff drought, ending that. When you reflect upon that and what this season meant to you personally, your family, and then obviously the fan base, what does it mean?
Oh, it's meant a tremendous amount. It's meant a tremendous amount to my family because of what it's meant to this organization and this great city. We've got, and I've said this before, I'm biased. We've got the #1 fan base, in my opinion, in the world, in the NFL, and we're just blessed and very grateful to be a part of it.
When you look back upon this particular event last year, you were kind of new. You were only in the job for 1 month. You had to go through this process. Now you're here. You have a full scouting staff. You have a GM that's in place. How much does that change what happens here at this event this year for you?
It changes a little bit. Brandon, although we've been together, before Buffalo, and we've been together now in Buffalo for the better part of, I guess, 9 or 10 months. He was not here last year at this time of year, so this part of it, there's some tweaks and things that we may be adding and taking away from what we did last year. Overall, I feel good about what we're doing, how we're working, and how the staffs together are working, his personnel staff and my coaching staff collectively working together.
You have a lot of draft capital. 2 picks in each of the first 2 rounds. You have the ability to be aggressive and move up if you want. You also have holes to fill. How do you balance that when you go through this process?
I mean, we've got a number of holes to fill. You want to try and fill them all at once, but unfortunately that's not how things work. And so really sticking with our decision-making process on what we believe in, I think, is important and key as we move forward, that we don't get too far away from what got us to where we are, not that where we needed to be. We've still got a lot of work to do, but getting the right people on board, in this case at the player level, is important for us.
You guys did a great job of identifying the corners and the safeties you needed in your scheme last year. Perfect fit. They had a great year. And I mean all the way across the board from Trey to EJ to Leonard and the 2 safeties. What does Vontae Davis bring, and why did you identify him as a player that would fit?
Well, a good pickup by Brandon and his staff for a lot of reasons, some on the field and some off the field, that go into this decision. And then you look at a veteran corner that's played at a high level for a number of years, obviously had a challenging situation last year, and we dove deep into that situation and felt confident that he was the right fit for us.
In the draft last year, every one of your draft picks played all 4 years of college. How much is that important to you, or was that just by happenstance?
Well, maybe a little bit by happenstance, Sal, and at the end of the day, we're looking for mature young men that make good decisions on the field and off the field, and you're right, we were able to find some good players and good people last year, and that's an important part of it.
And then going into 2018, after making the playoffs, does that raise the bar even higher to know that maybe you need to take the next step because people are anticipating? I know you said that maybe you're not as far along as some people think, but what is the next step for you to take after that?
Well, you never really pick up where you left off, unfortunately, from one year to the next in this league, just because of the way the league is built and the way things work, salary cap-wise, roster-wise, so on and so forth. So we really want to go back and continue to establish who we are, how we do things, and also have consistency around some of that as well. The messaging has to stay the same in a lot of ways, but has to maybe say it in different ways to keep the message fresh, especially at the player level.
With Bills head coach Sean McDermott at the 2018 NFL Combine, I'm Sal Capaccio at WGR550.com. Thanks for tuning in.